exile as an ascetic with matted hair. So, Sita, you have to stay back here, take good care of yourself, be. So she's not able to stay put. She starts crying and she says, look, patihina tu ya nari nasashakshati jeevitam kamamevam vidham ramam tvaya mama nidarshitam. For patihina tu ya nari, without a pati, what is it? I mean, it's literally like, lifeless body. I can't be a walking dead here. She further sticks to the same. And she doesn't seem to get convinced on this argument that Rama is putting across at all. And she further says, Prayatya bhave hi kalyana sangame me sahatvaya srutirhi shruyade punya brahmananam yashasvinam. Apparently, once upon a time when she was a girl in Mithila, one of the Brahmanas had come over there and they had done this josya for Sita, where he had said that she is going to be dwelling in forest. And ever since I have been looking for that opportunity, when am I going to get this, walk into the forest? And now that you're going, I think I need to take this opportunity to get that Brahmana's Vakya Satya. Otherwise, he will be losing his reputation. So you can do your Pitruvakya Paripalanam, I will do my Josi Vakya Paripalanam. Let both of us go to the forest. But Rama, he further tries to say, no, he doesn't agree to this. He still says, he still is trying to coax Sita to stay back. Now this is where Sita really gets upset. She gets upset and she shows this pranaya kopam, as we call it as. She shows the sense of anger where she says, Kim tvamanyata vaidehaha pitame mithiladhipaha ramam jamataram prapye striyam purusha vigraham. What do you think my father is going to think of you? What do you think the Mithiladhipati, which is Janaka, he gave my hand to you because he thought that you are a man. He thought that you are a Divya Purusha who will take care of his wife. And you are not just trying to chicken out, you are trying to just relinquish your duty towards your wife. What do you think my father, this is where she's trying to put this across to say, my father is going to think. And this is more like an insult meted out to the person listening. Yeah, Rama is patiently listening to all these. She says that Dhyumatsena sutam veera satyavantam anuvratam savitri miva mam vidhi tvamatma vashavartini. Think of me to be the Savitri. In another story where Savitri and Satyavan, Savitri is informed that her husband Satyavan is going to be departing his mortal body on such and such a date. She knows that she did not share this news with Satyavan. Come that particular day, she says that Satyavan, I am going to come along with you because he is going to the woods to he's going to the forest to cut the woods. She insists that I am going to come along with you. And he says, no, you don't generally come with me at all. Why this thing suddenly today? But she says, no, whatever it is, I cannot explain this to you. I want to come along with you. And finally, she goes along with him. And when the Yama takes the Satyavan's life away, she goes chasing Yama. She goes all the way to the Yamapuri. She was such a pativrata that she brings back Satyavan back to life. Sita quotes Savitri here and she says that I belong to the Savitri's lineage. I belong to her thoughts. She is my Guru. And I am going to come with you, come what may. Make sure that Rama, your true reputation as a Divya Purusha stays. Make sure that Janaka is right in what he thought earlier when he gave my hand to you. Rama is listening to all these things patiently. And he finally says, he finally agrees. Because Sita is unconsolably crying. She hugs Rama and finally Rama says, Sita, nothing pleases me in this entire 7 worlds as your company. Even if it is a Vaikunta, I don't need Vaikunta if that is devoid of you. So, knowing well what are the hardships in the forest, I cannot simply just ask you to come along with me. I'm really glad that you want to come with me. Please do. Now get ready for that. Give up all that we have had in our palace. Give it away to all the rishis, all the brahmanas, all the brahmacharis, all the servants. Distribute it away. Nothing is really needed for us here. And get ready for this. Comes the instruction of Rama. Once he instructs this, Sita, like a little girl who is just told that she is going to be given some you know, my daughter, if we say that we are going to the beach for vacation, just she jumps out. That is the enthusiasm she shows. Immediately she jumps out into the action and starts getting things ready. Somebody's overhearing this entire conversation, and that's Lakshmana. Rama comes out. So the first hurdle of Kausalya, he was successful in convincing Kausalya that Kausalya cannot come with Rama. The second hurdle, second conversation, which was with Sita, Rama got convinced that Sita is going to come in. Now once he comes out, he sees Lakshmana all ready. Lakshmana is all ready to come along, and Lakshmana is there in tears listening to all this entire conversation about what Sita was saying. And Rama says to Lakshmana, Lakshmana, me and Sita, both of us are leaving to the forest. You have to stay back here. Go fetch Bharata as soon as possible. Because once I am gone, Dasharatha is going to be very weak. Bring Bharata back here, anoint him as a prince, and be of assistance to him. That is extremely important. Take good care of Mother Kausalya. Because once I am gone, nobody is going to be there to take care of Kausalya at all. As it is, the king is going to be completely henpecked. The king is going to be stuck to the passion of his wife Kaikeyi. We need somebody to take care of Kausalya. We need somebody to advise Bharata. We need somebody to take care of the king himself. So I am pinning my hopes on you. Lakshmana is just, brother, come on, don't get me started. Don't really get me started now. It is already decided that I am going to come with you. Why is that even coming into the question? So Rama thinks for a second, have I by mistake said something that have I given my word to for Lakshmana at all? He thinks for a while. Then he asks Lakshmana, what is it, Lakshmana? I mean, was this ever discussed? Then Lakshmana quotes, now here is where Sri Anna quotes these. These are all not there in Ramayana, but Sri Anna, he quotes these. He says that when Vishwamitra told Dasharatha, Jeshtham me datum arhasi, he only asked for you. I tagged along. You did not stop me then. Point number one. Point number two, when Dasharatha had decided to anoint you as the prince for the Yuvaraja Pattabhishek, you came to me and what did you say? Whatever has been given over to me in the form of a kingdom, it is equally belonging to both you and me. You said this to me. You said whatever you get, I have an equal share in it. So if it is a kingdom, I am there to share. But if it is a forest, am I not there to share? Certainly not. And remember, what did we speak in front of Kausalya? In front of Kausalya, I told Kausalya Mata that if Rama is to enter into the fire, I will enter into the fire first. If Rama is to get into the forest, I will get into the forest before Rama. You never said a word. You never stopped me. And are you going to break the word given in front of Kausalya herself? And finally, now when you were speaking to Sita, you told Sita Mani, you told Bhabi that treat Bharata as your brother and Shatrughna as your son. Where did I go then? Ideally, you should have told Sita that I have 3 brothers, treat all of them as your sons, treat all of them as your brothers. I got mistook. So there was a tacit approval for you. You had already had this in mind that I'm going to come along. So there's no question of it. You are just trying to make reasons about Kausalya. Kausalya will be taken care of. She has 1,000 villages under her. She is going to be attended to, and I would have to be there with you. Saying this, then Rama thinks for himself and he says, so be it. See, he says, Lakshmana, let 3 of us commit no further delay. Go to Vasishta's ashrama, go fetch the 2 vows that Varuna himself had given to Janaka, because the Janaka Maharaja, as a part of the marriage gift, he had given away the 2 big vows that Lord Varuna had given to Dasharatha. And along with that, there had been an Akshaya Mratni, which is the quiver where the arrows are parked. Varuna had gifted these quivers to Dasharatha, which never get exhausted at all. The more the arrows you pluck out, it keeps coming in. There are these beautiful armors, there are these beautiful swords. They are all there in Vasishta Ashrama under worship, under the puja. He says, go fetch them all. We need them. And go fetch the Suyagnya. Suyagnya is Vasishta's son. Go fetch those Brahmanas. We are going to give away everything that we have in our palace. We don't need this anymore. We are going to the forest. So Lakshmana immediately, he goes over to Suyagya's ashram, and it was it was getting the dusk time was approaching, the twilight was approaching, And Suyagya was in his fire ritual, doing his home. He completes his Sandhyopasana and then comes along with Lakshmana over to the palace. And Rama and Sita, they pay their obeisances to Suyagya. And Rama gives away a lot of gifts, gems, all these silk, vastras, all these things he gifts away to Suyagya and says, give me leave, we need to take part. That's when Sita's nudging Rama, asking. So he says, similarly, Sita would like to give all her ornaments and jewels and everything over to your wife, which Suyagya very happily accepts as well. And then Rama instructs Lakshmana to bring in Agastya and Kaushika and all other rishis. Whatever that he had, the cows, the vastras, the furniture, everything had been. And look at Dasharatha, he's letting Rama go to the forest. And look at Sita. She had been inside the palace with all sandal paste, ornaments on all over her. She was inside that even birds cannot get a sight of her. Now she is walking on the roads and everybody can easily behold her. What has happened to this family? What has befallen upon this family? And Rama, for all that he is entitled to, he still wants to stick to the dharma, that he wants to go to the forest. So all these types of things people are talking among themselves. Not just that, they say, look, what are we doing here? What is it that we are doing here? Why should we stay here in this city anymore? Because Rama is like the tree of dharma, the root to the tree of dharma, and we are like the flowers and fruits. Once the root is gone, we will have no future here. We should also be gone. Let us just desert our properties, our houses, our gardens. Let them be here. Let the rodents take over. Let the snakes take over. And let the animals come and dwell in the city. Happily let Kaikeyi rule the city with animals. We as people are going to go back behind Rama. All these things people are talking among themselves, and Rama can also hear that. But within, he is still his same. His personality is intact. He does not allow an iota of pride to seep in. So he reaches the Dasharatha's palace. He is still hesitant because Kaikeyi had already said, make haste, make no further delay to go to the forest. So somewhere he thinks, if I get in there again, Kaikeyi is going to think that I'm just dilly-dallying, I'm just coming back. So he sends a word to Sumantra. Sumantra is also completely crestfallen. They are all scandalized, they are all petrified. So Sumantra, gently he goes in, conveys the news to Dasharatha that Rama has come here already. Then Dasharatha, he says, Sumantra, call all my consorts. He has close to about 300 plus consorts. Bring all of them here. I would like to give this audience to Rama while I allow him to move. I don't know where Dasharatha got that real strength from. Sumantra requests all the consorts to come over, and then Rama comes in. As Rama comes in, Dasharatha is not able to bear himself any further. He says, Rama, you don't have to go at all. You don't have to go. You imprison me. There is going to be another story of Kamsa imprisoning Ugrasena. You imprison me. Take over the thing. That is what is dharma. This is a case where adharma is assuming the form of a dharma. You have to just strike all these things in such a case, and you have to take over the kingship. So you have to take over the kingdom. So imprisonment. So saying that, why can't he himself do that? He doesn't want to, because that's not Satyavakya Paripalanam. He doesn't want to do that. He just wants to pass over even if the Satya is getting broken, he doesn't want to be the one to do that. So Rama is obviously not accepting to any of that at all. And as this commotion is growing, Sumantra is there, Vasishta is there, Siddhartha, all the Rishi Ganas, whoever is there in the Dasharatha's darbar, they are all there now. And Dasharatha says, okay, if you have to go to the forest, take a part of the army, take as much wealth as you need, take as many people, take all your friends, build a wonderful palace in the midst of a forest, stay there, enjoy the forest life for 14 years and then come back. Listening to this, Kaikeyi's face almost shrunk because she was getting scared that he is going to take away the people and the wealth. And she then turns to Dasharatha and says, Bharata cannot rule this country without people. Nothing goes with Rama. Rama has to go there as a rishi with a matted hair and 3 barks, the Maravari, typically the outfit that rishis they wear. And that is where Dasharatha, he gets further agitated and he says, what is it with you? Why have you turned so evil? Why is it that you want Rama to lose everything? I have given you the 2 bones. Bharata is going to get anointed. Rama is going to the forest. What will you lose if I allow Rama, if Rama is taking these things? Kaikeyi is completely unmoved. Looking at all this, Sumantra, he gets agitated and he says, oh Kaikeyi, Sumantra is a Suta. He is a horse. He is like a mantri. He is like a servant. So he maintains his limits. He doesn't talk much. But here even he is agitated that he comes forward and says, oh Kaikeyi, you know what? From a mango tree, from a neem tree, mangoes will never ripen out. Neem tree will only give rise to a neem. The fruit coming out of a neem tree will never be sweet. You are just like that. Your moss. He narrates a story of Kaikeyi's mother. So Kaikeyi's father had a boon given to him by a rishi, with which he would be able to understand whatever other creatures talk to each other. So one evening, that king, Kaikeyi's father, he starts laughing aloud. And Kaikeyi's mother asks him, oh king, what happened? Why is it that you're laughing at me? He says, no, I'm not laughing at you. I was just overhearing 2 ants talking something to each other, and that came across to be a very hilarious. She says, okay, what did they talk to each other? He says, no, I can't tell you that. Because if I tell you that, I have the powers to overhear everything that the other creatures talk to each other. And if I share the secret of those details with you, then I die immediately. She says that, I don't really care, tell me what it is. So Sumantra says that born to such a mother, you are here, look at you, you are here even ready to give up Dasharatha. Dasharatha is going to be gone. He will not stand 1 day, 1 second without Rama. Still Kaikeyi doesn't seem to be, she is totally unflinching. Dasharatha cries. Dasharatha cries, at least can you stay on for 1 more day? Can you stay on for 1 more day? And Rama says, what is this? Once the elephant is gone, the rope that was tied over to the elephant is of no use to me. This 1 day is just like, I have lost my ability, or I have lost my authority to keep myself in this kingdom anymore. I have to leave. I don't need this wealth. I don't need the army. I don't need any friends. All I need is only the 3 barks, the Maravari. Just get me that. You understand what the 3 barks is, right? The rishis, the ones that they wear. It is a palace. You ask for silk clothing, you will get it. You ask for ornaments, you will get it. It is not a Valmiki ashrama, it is not a Vasishta ashrama. Where will you get this Maravari from? Where will you get this 3 barks from? Shamelessly, Kaikeyi brings 3 barks for them, as if she was expecting this to happen. She comes readily with these 3 barks and hands it over to Rama, Lakshmana and Sita. Looking at this, the entire assembly there of people, ministers, queens, they do a very loud dhikara. What sort of a lady is she? What sort of a lady is she? Rama receives it. Sita receives it. Lakshmana as well receives it. And that is where Dasharatha, he gets so much agitated that he says what sort of an evil lady she is, and Kaikeyi, now she gets infuriated and she says, look my lord, don't get too rude with me. After all, it's not a new thing for your family to let the first son get banished into the forest. Was this not done with Asamanjaya by Sagara Chakravarti earlier? In the Ganga Mahatmyam, we may have heard the story earlier that Sagara Chakravarti had banished his first son Asamanjasa. So the story goes that Sagara Chakravarti, who had his first son as Asamanjasa is described as a Yogishwara in Bhagavatam. So he wanted to leave all these kingdoms and go away to the forest. He knew pretty well that the father is not going to allow that to happen. So what he does, he deliberately creates a disreputation for himself, and what he does as a pastime, he goes to the Sarayu river bank. The little children who are playing over there, he captures those children and throws them into the Sarayu. He dips them. They will die out of suffocation, and then that's a fun thing for him. Then he captures the next child, dips them into the Sarayu, kills them out of suffocation. That's another thing fun for him. So all the people, they go to Sagara Chakravarti and they complain, and Sagara Chakravarti, he immediately banishes him. And then the story goes about, which is slightly outside of Ramayana, as he is just about to go out of Ayodhya, he then brings all those childs back to life. So that's a subtlety part of it. But the story of Ayodhya, the story of Ramayana only covers the disreputed part of Asamanjasa. So here Kaikeyi is quoting that Asamanjasa episode and telling Dasharatha that it's nothing new for your family to banish the first son. Why is it that you're making a big deal out of my request over here? That is where Siddhartha, who is another Maharishi, he comes and explains the difference. Look Kaikeyi, it is such a shame that I have to explain you something that is so much obvious. Asamanjasa was a person of such a disrepute that he was causing all these miseries to the people. So he was rightfully banished by a Dharmatma, that is Sagara. And are you comparing him with Rama? Seriously? And Dasharatha is somewhere hoping that Kaikeyi might get convinced. Nothing doing at all. Finally, Rama takes stock of the situation. He thinks, okay, if I wait here any further, this sort of a commotion is going to only build on. Let me make my move. So he wears the tree barks. Lakshmana, he takes the tree barks, goes right in front of Dasharatha and deliberately wears it in front of him to infuriate him further. Because he is still angry. He is still angry on Dasharatha, he is still angry on Kaikeyi, he is still angry on Bharata. Somewhere he thinks Bharata is still somewhere indirectly responsible for all this situation. Sita, on the other hand, she looks at it, she doesn't know what to do with it. She doesn't know what to do with it. And she starts crying, not because she has been made to undergo this hardship. She starts crying because she asks Rama, is this what the Rishi Patnis wear? The Arundhatis and Anasuyas and Ahalyas, are they wearing this type of a wild outfit? That sense of compassion causes the tears to flow through her eyes. But she doesn't know how to wear this. So Rama, he picks up the tree barks, the Maravuri, and he ties it around her. Looking at this sight, the entire hall, it bursts into tears. They cry out loud, alas, what sort of, why should I even be alive to see this type of a fateful scene? That is the kind of situation, that is the kind of commotion that exists. There is only one person who is totally unmoved, that's Kaikeyi. And once that happens, even Vasishtha, who is a Brahma Rishi, even he ends up, even his eyes are welling up. That is where he sort of challenges Kaikeyi. Look Kaikeyi, your boons have been granted and your boons are only incumbent on Rama. Sita does not have to go to the forest. As a Rajarshi, I have been anointing sons, the Jyeshta Putras. Aja, Dasharatha was the king. After that, rightfully Rama should be the king. If Rama is not the king, Rama's wife stands to be anointed as a queen. I, as a Rajarshi, I have the veto to anoint her as a queen. He is challenging Kaikeyi. But who is going to be willing to this proposition? Not Rama, not Sita, not anybody at all. So Vasishtha himself recollects himself and then resigns back. And then finally Rama turns over to Sumantra. He says, Sumantra, get the chariot ready. And then Dasharatha says, let's not send Sita barehanded. Let us give as many jewels as possible. So jewels are given to Sita. So Sita takes it over. Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, they all come around their parents, take their blessings. Finally, there is this one poor lady standing over there, Kausalya. Sita goes to Kausalya, she touches her feet. Kausalya hugs her, kisses her forehead and says, look Sita, the women mind is a very evil mind. When things are all going in one's favor, they think high of their husbands. When things go south, they think that their husband is responsible for it. Once you go to the forest, and if any such thought ever touches your psyche, don't ever get rude to your husband. My son will never be able to digest it. So Sita says, Kausalya Mata, I should have seen either my mom disrespecting my father or my mother-in-law disrespecting my father-in-law. I don't come from a family where I have seen this. I have not gotten into a family where I have seen this. Where do you think I would ever pick this up? The entire assembly over here, they are all obsessed with Rama leaving. That there is a poor man Dasharatha who is sitting here all sweating. Nobody has even the Siddhbandhus, even the servants, they have forgotten to wave the fan. There is only one person who is still making sure that the Sisharuksha to the husband is being done, and that is you. Being a daughter-in-law for you, how do you think I would ever get disrespectful? Never. I have seen the Stri Dharma in you. I have seen the Stri Dharma in you. Such a thing would never ever happen. Rest assured. Saying so, Kausalya blesses them, and they all, the gifts that were given to Sita have been mounted onto the chariot. The bows, everything has been mounted. Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, they have also mounted. Sumantra starts the chariot. As he starts the chariot, the people are all gathered. The entire city is right there. And they are all wailing now. They are all saying, Sumantra, just drive it slowly so that we can get a last sight of Rama. Do it slowly. And some of them are just waiting. They are saying, okay, we are going to come along with you. Okay, whatever that you have said, you have stopped others from coming in, but we will exercise our own free will to come along with you to the forest. They are all following behind. And Rama is trying to pacify them, but nothing is possible because there are some people who are running around, there are some people who are crying, there are some people who are just slapping their own heads, there are people who are slapping their own tummy. These are all the signs of something extremely, unholy that is happening around. That's what exactly is befallen upon Ayodhya. Rama sees all these. Kausalya is crying at the top of her voice helplessly, and Rama turns around to see who is wailing. It was Kausalya. He looks for Dasharatha. Dasharatha is not there. He has already fallen down unconscious. So he tells Sumantra, just drive away as soon as possible. The sight over here is not bearable for me. So Sumantra, slowly the horses gallop and they move, and suddenly there is one Vajapaya Brahmanas who assemble over there. And the Vajapaya Brahmanas, they are all Agnihotris. If you look at the Vajapaya Brahmanas, they will be having one, the umbrella. The Vamana, he has an umbrella, right? So that type of an umbrella they have, because that umbrella has to be given as a dhanam, as a part of the Vajapaya Yaga. So there is one assembly of such Vajapaya Brahmanas. They come in and they stand in front of the chariot. Rama and Sita, they dismount from the chariot because it is disrespect to have them. They say, look Rama, for us Brahmanas, the Veda is the wealth. We can live with this Veda in a country, in a forest, wherever we go, this Veda will come along with us. The kingdom has been taken away from you. Where is your royal umbrella? It has been taken away from you. Look at this. This umbrella will never go away from us. Because this is coming from our tongue. We will come along with you and we will make sure that you get your umbrella. So Rama still pacifies them. He convinces them. They move on, and finally nobody is able to stop Rama. Tamasa river comes and stops Rama because he has to cross it. They finally reach Tamasa river and it is already dawn. And Rama says, let us all stop here. He first of all tells the people, look people, I really appreciate the love that you have for me. But Bharata is your king. Give all your respects to Bharata because that is what even I want. If your love for me, if your affection for me is really true, turn all your loyalty towards Bharata. Because just imagine, anybody can just take advantage of this situation. They can take advantage, they can just create some sort of a coup, they can turn the people against the king. They are going to go, but at least they will make sure that the next king doesn't have a peaceful life. Rama makes sure that nothing has gone wrong. He ensures that the order is maintained, and he tells the people, please go back, but nobody is willing to listen to Rama. They all want to stick. They all want to come along with Rama. Then he says, okay, let us halt here. It is already evening. And they take a pit stop there at Tamasa river. What's going to be happening the next morning, we will discuss the next.
Closing prayer sorry. Then we can do the recap in the next class.
Sure. So we'll do the closing prayers.
पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते